Today we're going to be talking about level 1 of network chiropractic care. We're going to be talking about in depth what we're actually going for in your nervous system, the outcomes that we're creating, what's happening in your spine and nervous system, what might be happening with you on the table, and I'm going to answer as many of the frequently asked questions as I can. Okay, so let's start with the spine. So here we have our spine. We've done the examination. We've assessed your system to see how much of that defense physiology is running in your system and what really your basic state of health of your nervous system is. So wherever your starting place is, we've done the assessments, and now I'm going into this as if you're day one beginning care. What we're going to be doing is assessing for those patterns in your spine each time that you lay on the table, finding which one of those 5 distinct patterns are running in your nervous system. And those can be running, different ones every day, every hour. Things can change. Your nervous system is dynamic, and it can go into basically 5 different patterns of the nervous system. So we're going to be assessing for which pattern is running. We're also going to be assessing for how you're carrying tension that day, where things have built up, where things have gone down. So each day there's a little mini assessment going on of your whole system and asking what pattern is running. From there, what we're going to be doing is actually doing the entrainment with you and upgrading your system. So level 1, we're going to be contacting that place where the dura mater attaches to the spine, attaches to the vertebrae, creates that access point, that touch point into your system that we call the spinal gateway. That spinal gateway is where we're going to be contacting. For level 1, these contacts are going to be very quick, soft, and gentle. They may feel very light, and that is specific. That is on purpose for them to be light. That's a specific signal in your system. If we were to press deeper, that would actually do something different in your system. So the contacts are very brief and very light. And at the spinal gateways, which are either going to be at the top of your spine here, down through your neck, or in your sacrum going all the way down to your tailbone. So your network care doctor will be assessing for what pattern's running, finding where the access points are, and then making the contacts gently into your system. What that's going to do is cue the forebrain to break into the circuitry of whatever that pattern of defense was that was running, and begin literally upgrading your nervous system to a higher order. In level 1, what we want to see happening is that what you'll develop is a spinal respiratory wave. And that's something that spontaneously occurs when the brain, the forebrain, starts to connect in with the circuitry of the lower orders of the nervous system and reorganize. As that reorganization is initiated, the breath wave moving through the spine, and this is different than just taking a breath into your system. It's actually been studied, and the signals, the electrical signals coming off of the spine, if you were just to breathe in your spine versus the spinal respiratory wave that's created in network chiropractic, are 2 very different things. So that wave will spontaneously be created, and for level 1, we want to see that that wave moves through your spine from your tailbone and going through every single bone and hitting every single exiting nerve, and therefore connecting to it at every level of the spine, from your tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. So what we're saying is we're getting your spine online. We're getting the forebrain connected to your entire circuitry, your central nervous system, from your head all the way here, all the way down to your tailbone. What that does is allows the brain to start taking new inventory and start upgrading your system through the entire spine. So what happens usually at the beginning of care is a tremendous release of tension in the system. And new awarenesses, like we talked about the dimmer switch, Places where the light has been on the dimmer switch, where it's been at about maybe, who knows, 20, maybe some places even 10%. There's some real disease or chronic tension going on, and the body's just basically been in defense and chronic stress physiology there for several years. It's like having the dimmer switch down to 10%. When we do this entrainment and everything connects up, that dimmer switch goes up, light goes on, and you're going to have new awareness. Like, wow, I feel that area of my spine now. Wow, that moves differently. Wow, I wasn't aware of how I held myself this way. We really want to see those new awarenesses come in as your spine and nervous system start to become more and more online. So again, level 1 is aliveness. Aliveness in your system as you connect, as you release, and as this forebrain gets the spine online. That's level 1 in depth. And a lot of discovery with that, a lot of uncovering. It's an exciting time and a really, really important time, getting your spine online. That's it for level 1. Stay tuned for level 2.